Everyone can talk. That's what maturity is all about. When one is talking, why should we feel disturbed, distressed? Is because we are not capable to manage ourselves. That's the capacity that one should have. Whatever is happening outside, whatever is happening around, one should be stable. One our capacity to maintain our stability is the most important thing. At whatever age you are, it doesn't make any difference. Whatever situation you are in, you are supposed to be what you are supposed to be. Always sensing, maintaining that clarity. This is I. This is I am here. This is my position. This is my capacity. This is my responsibility. Maintaining that self is one's responsibility. If you are responsible for your reality, whatever it is, whether it is temporary, whether it is fake, this or that, but if that is your reality, you stick with it. Can you? If you can, well and fine. You are getting along with your existential reality. Once you are connected with your reality, eventually you will be able to understand everything that is required for you to understand. Nothing unwanted, untoward will happen. Take responsibility. Take your responsibility. Not with shame or not with anger or with frustration. No, take your responsibility with your potential power, with your love, with your clarity, with what all things you have. Do it with your efficiency, not with inefficiency. So it's very simple. It's very, very simple. You can follow this club, Wonderful Living, here in Clubhouse. And also we have YouTube, English, Wonderful Living. Okay, you can follow us there also. Okay, keep following others, whoever you feel convenient, comfortable for your progress. Do maturity, this is a question from Manila Sharma. Do maturity also lead to detachment? By detachment, I mean that art of staying connected to people, situations, and not getting attached to them. Is maturity a detachment related to each other? It is not detachment, it is an association. Attachment means you are suffering. You have to associate with everything that is happening. So you're fallen into a trap. You don't know why you want the presence of another person so eagerly. That means you are having a possessiveness of that particular environment, that particular situation. That leads to suffering. You should know your position. No, you don't possess anything. It's whatever you have within yourself. It's not possessed. It's in your position. That can be maintained, and that position, within that position also you can see perfect activities. The movement within, that is the karma. The movement, when you discern that karma, when we discern that movement, you will get clarity. Based on that clarity only one can sustain in that given space. Maintaining that clarity is the only thing that one need to focus with. One's responsibility should always be to be maintaining your clarity. Simply maintain your clarity. Aha, this is how I am happening. This is how I am happening. So based on that happening, based on that formation as your information, then things are perfectly under your clarity. Simply focus on the formation, and it is giving you perfect information. Get along with that information. Will never conflict you in any time zone. Every moment you are working, or the work is perfectly open in your awareness. This is the beauty of living. If you are not enjoying yourself in the given moment, then how? How can you sustain that given space? Sustaining in the given space is very, very important. If you keep on maintaining that, if you keep on maintaining that activity that is going on from inside, If you could get clarity from inside, then you will never get attached to anything in particular. Attachments are problems, and attachments will lead to beliefs, because it is not where you are going to get matured. Your maturity means you are able to understand whatever is happening inside and outside perfectly, and acting accordingly. A mature person can keep working continuously perfectly. Immature person will get collapsed here and there, will have to fight, struggle, fear. Why people marry? Because they are not confident, they are not aware of their own presence. So they want to make a condition agreement with another person. And you are married, you are making an agreement with other person, and you're finished, done. You're finished, done. There you are, you are lost living. You can live with anyone in this world. You don't have to question that person and bring that person into your capacity. No. Let that person remain in that person's capacity. Associate with anyone, everywhere. Simply associate. Life is working. Your capacity to remain stable is within you, not outside. So from inside, you are having the clarity. You can associate with, you have to associate with everyone. So if you are not able to associate with everyone, that means you are immature. And immaturity will lead you into beliefs. You will have to establish, something here. And whatever you have established, you think whatever you have established is going to be reliable. No. Eventually that reliability will break down. From that reliability, problems will open. Problems will open. Whatever you think is stable, eventually you can see problems coming out from the from whatever you thought as reliable. Wherever it is as such. So don't judge anything. Keep going, get along with everything. We are making agreements. Oh, agreement of business partnership, agreement of sex partnership, many agreements. But eventually everything is failing, falling apart. You are trying to build a family. Why you want to build a family? You don't try to build anything. The building itself is made by the universe. The process of creation is happening perfectly, continuously. No one can imitate the process of being. So if you imitate, then the consequence is belief, and eventually stress and struggle and disease. Otherwise, there is no disease to attend. You have to attend only to the beauty of creation. You don't have to look into who is the creator. There is no such thing as the creator. The creation. There is no creator. Because this is how it is happening. It's only happening. Whatever we consider as a creation is only for us. It's only for us. We feel it is a creation. We think it is a creation. It's only happening. It's simply happening. I am trying to build a relationship, or we think I am having a good relationship, or I am adjusting many things because that person is comfortable only because if I behave like this. So that is a temporary condition made by my mind. And will it be stable enough to maintain myself continuously? No, never. If you could focus into the depths of the happening, you can feel, aha. So associate perfectly with that perfect sense of being. It's not too much demanding. It's always working. Yes, Ashish, Shafi. Good morning, Shafi.
Hello, sir. Very, very good morning. As I see two things, right? Maturity is attaching within, and with that attachment, you can associate with everyone very easily.
Sure.
Um, so, why the child cries for the milk? And if you can explain that.
Yeah, it's quite natural. When there is pain in any part of your body, that pain part is a child. So a mature person will attend to that child. That pain part is a child. Only when you attend to that pain, release it, then you will be stable. So similar is a child and mother, or child and the mature person, whoever it is. The mother is not the only one to feed the child. No, anyone can feed the child. Anyone can feed the child. Whoever is mature enough need to nourish the child. It's quite natural. When you nourish the child within you or around you, the progress is happening to you. When you nourish the child, wherever it needs something to be filled, if you are the supplier, if you are fortunate enough to supply something, then you are progressing because you are connecting with the source of that which is supplied to the child to empower the child's position. So you are getting more connected. You're getting more connected with the source of one's existence. So feeding a child, feeding anyone who is in requirement means if you could feed continuously, because you are opening into the source of what is required. Whenever a child is crying and you can feed the child perfectly, that means you are getting connected with the genuine, with the divine opening. You are satisfying a person randomly. That is, we are bringing problem. You feed a child. A child means a person who is uh, eligible to be in this position. When you're feeding an eligible person, then you are feeding yourself itself. When you're feeding an eligible person who is rightfully, who needs the perfect feeding, when you feed that person, then yourself is also fed simultaneously. That's the power of living. Because you are getting the opening of the source of life's existence. So this should be association. Unfortunately, human beings are a victim of animal behavior. Human beings are a victim of animal behavior. The lust for opposite sex, the lust, and the reason for marriage is based on the lust. They are making a condition at the early age of 20 or 25. They make an agreement with the opposite sex. Finished, done. You're finished. Such similar lot of agreements are made in the society. Business agreements, all this because you believe. You believe in another person. You believe in yourself. If you're living, you need not believe in anything because you're living. Living gives you perfect clarity of the universal dynamics. Forces of nature, very powerful, very clear, stable. Forces of nature will never break down. What we call as natural calamities are not natural calamities. It's only for the mind, only for the frustrated mind, it is a natural calamity. One who is getting along with that oneness can feel that nature is also one with myself. That's what the real living is. So whenever anyone is seeking, anyone is seeking whatever they have got an authority for, if you are fortunate enough to supply them, fine, without expecting anything in return. You are expecting in something in return, that means you're finished. You're in a vicious circle of problems. You don't have to expect anything in return. You just furnish, keep on furnishing, because you are connected with the source. So from wherever you are giving, you can keep on giving. It's not from scarcity, it is not from poverty, it's from the richness, it's from abundance. Flow of life is from abundance, it's not from poverty. So the association will not break down. Why associations are not are not stable? Because you are not from the source, you are not supplying from the source. So any organization eventually will break down. You are making organizations, you don't have to make organizations. You keep living, then you can feel the organization, the organized level of universe. Supply is according to the demand. Yes, if there is a demand, supplied, only then supplied. Without demand, you don't have to pretend to make a demand. No, you don't have to imitate scarcity for a demand. No, never. That will never work out. You don't have to pretend to for forthcoming problems. Definitely, problems are there. For the weak, it will be a problem. For the strong, it will be a possibility. Such is the universe. Once you know the algorithm of an individual working, the algorithm of an individual working, that's perfect. And once you are aligned, tuned with that, yes, Ashish.
So, how do we know all this algorithms? Is it an easy process?
Sure.
Is there a book manual of all of this thing? Because that's what we're trying to explain all the time. We don't know that, right? If we know once, right? If the hunger is fulfilled, we don't cry anymore,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
where is that algorithms? Is it going to be revealed within us one by one, or is it something that we know all of it at once? Is
It's a
there a design for this one that this is
it's a
how
step by
it will be coming to you?
it's a step by step process, because our creation itself was a step by step process. See, first it was like a feminine presence, the attraction, then male erection. It's another process. Then intercourse, then fertilization, then the process of being a child in the womb, then coming out, delivering, then it was crawling, then slowly it started sitting, and then standing. So definitely,
So
the
what?
process.
Yeah. So from that regard, right? I mean, this example was good, but then we had to go proceed this maturity subject. So what is the algorithm for the maturity?
By understanding, maintaining the understanding continuously. I am the one who is understanding. So everything should be related with I. I am. You should identify the I in this we. The I in this we is very important. In this clutter, we have to. That we is important. And eventually that we will dissolve. Because that which cannot be divided further is the I. Once you attain the position of I, means everything that is happening is perfectly under the observation. Then only the perfect I has been exposed. Otherwise, only the egoistic I is the. What we call as an egoistic I is only a we. It is not the real I. That can buckle, that can have flaws here and there, that will have illness, problems, and all those things, because that is a we pretended to be I. Many people are saying, I am, I am, I am, but they actually are we. They don't have the power to say I. I is a position which can be divided further. I is very strong. I is really strong. So when I am not there, we are making agreements. We are making agreements of marriage, agreements of business, agreement with the children, all those agreements because of the weakness. Yes, welcome, Scoot. Is there Scoot or yes? Yes.
Scoot, yes. Hi, hi, Sebastian. Hello.
Yes. So the we process has got to be observed. Oh, where am I? Where am I working? With what all things? Many things are making me possible. And still I call I, but it happened to be related with many things that's happening around. Then you have to observe, you have to be responsible for those things that is making
Mm.
you possible. Eventually what will happen? Eventually you will get clarity. Oh, these are the things I am responsible for. These are the
Okay,
only
so
things.
what do you mean by taking responsibility of things that make you possible? What do you mean by it?
Whatever is stimulating you, whatever is making you to turn your head around, whatever is.
No,
Yeah, your
that is
attention.
fair, but what do you mean by taking responsibility?
Responsibility is one, if you are interested in maintaining yourself in that given space. Responsibility is related with your existential reality. If you want to stay connected, get connected, then you have to be responsible. Responsibility. Respond according to your ability. Responsibility. You have to respond according to your ability only, not according to your disability. It should be connected with your ability. If you want to sustain in your in the possessed space, you have occupied a space. If you want that in your position, then you have to look into your responsibility. You are triggered by many things, but what is triggering you comfortably, conveniently to maintain your position? Then you should be responsible. Your responsibility should never be a problem. Responsibility should be always a pleasure. When you transcend the pleasure, it will be joyful. It will be even wonderful. So, getting along with the responsibility should be a wonderful thing. I'm enjoying my responsibility, maintaining my clarity with the happening in this present moment, joyfully, not suffering anything.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I put that way, right? Whatever you were able to do, just put it maybe on paper or whatever, and then answer only from that, you know.
Hmm. How
So
is
that
it possible? How is it? Yes, Patrick. Is it Pratik? What do you?
Pratik.
Pratik,
Pratik. Yes,
Pratik.
Pratik. Good morning, Pratik.
Good
Welcome to
morning,
one.
Sebastian.
Yes, doing fine, enjoying life, sharing my wonderfulness continuously. Yes, you can share about your maturity, Pratik, at your free will.
Sure. Yeah. Actually, I think so. I'm in my mid 30s, and I think this is a wonderful age to already have gone through multiple ups and downs in various walks of life. So I feel at least for me, the official age of becoming a mature adult should be 36 and not 18, because I think only by this time people go through ups and downs in almost all walks of life, be it career, success, life, health, relationships, financial ups and downs. Maybe you also get to see death of a few close ones. So when you go through all of these phases, maybe not once but multiple times, and then you learn to accept them as a part of life, and you can look at them with a state of equanimity for the most part, then I think you can call yourself a mature person, that you're not really impacted by external events so much, and you are able to maintain a state of inner calm and also still have a purpose. So that's my definition of maturity.
Good, good, good. Good way of explaining your maturity. That's how it should be for him. It's 36. Well, that's good for him. That's how it should be. Each and everyone has got their freedom to establish their own ways of understanding their life. It should never be written by someone. It should be written by yourself. My laws should be written by myself. When I am able to stand on my feet, then only I can live as an individual. Otherwise, I'm part of the society, always serving. I'm always a slave to the society. I should remain a slave to my spirit, I should never remain slave to the society for long. In the beginning, I will be a slave to the society, but it's only for a short period. If my slavery is not done, it's not perfectly executed, then I will live whole my life as slave to the society, never enjoying the beauty of living. The earlier, the better. If I have the capacity to hit my wisdom in an early stage, to reach my wisdom, to reach my maturity in an earlier stage, and whatever age that's possible for me, that's my capability. So it varies from person to person. It depends upon your capacity to implore into the inner depths of yourself, understanding the beauty of your existence at the earlier stages. So maturity varies from person to person. You're going to bring it into a standard. When you are not able to focus in your self existential reality, into self esteem, then you will be controlled by the society. You'll be a slave to the society. You'll be working for someone, always working for someone, and whatever you gain will never gain your position. You will get some returns, and you will be suffering the returns that you collect from the society. You will never have a capacity to remain stable in the given space. You will, because you are a slave. You don't have the right to enjoy what you have worked for. If you have to enjoy the beauty of your rewards, then you have to focus into the inner self, not into the social self. Society is always demanding to make more workers only. Why? Because it is from an animal pattern. The fertilization happened from an animal pattern. Intercoursing because of a whims and wants only, not two mature person. When two mature person interact together, when two mature person interact together, then that child, the offspring will be a hybrid, not a lawbreed. When you are in the instinct, you cannot sustain your sexual arousal, so you need a mate. That means you're weak. You are not mature person because of that animal behavior. Your mating and reproduction is happening randomly. Then you are a victim of the society and of belief. You believe because you are not stable. You're living. That means you are an individual. You are a mature individual is living. You are not a mature individual, then you are believing. You are under the stress of fear, under the stress of confusion, of insecurity of tomorrow. You are always working for the future because you are not well with the present. You are always longing for tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow it will be wonderful. Oh, the day after tomorrow, 10 days from now, I will achieve that. You are always trying to achieve something. You don't have to. If you're a mature person, you are not trying to achieve anything. You are with the achieved. You are with the stream of beauty of living, which is made by the universe, not made by anyone. So no one can claim you. No one can disturb you because you are one with the oneness of the universe. When you are one with the oneness of the universe, everything is happening perfectly for you. So you are not focused on tomorrow. It's an association, continuous association with whatever is happening. The happening is made by the universe. No one can imitate the happening. No one can ever imitate the happening. Yes, Ashish, speak.
Um, slave. So contract make you slave, you said.
Sure.
And be it any contract, right? I'm not trying to distinguish. And I think I got the wonderful understanding of I and we, right? All the contracts are we. And then we mostly live by those contracts. Um, but then, is living only with the I, is it practical? Is it something that can we live without any contract?
Contracts are
Or
made by the mind.
okay. No, but like
Only.
let's say the society contract, right? The
Mm.
job and the marriage and whatever, right? So those are the society contracts, and then we try to mold ourselves to be in that contract and then fulfill the contract in certain sense. So would you say that? I understood the V part, right? And we all the V part is a contract. So we actually think that okay, so society need this, so let me do this, and then we can have a contract with ourselves also, right? So that may include as well.
Mm.
Uh, but but then living is the freedom, right? So and believing is a contract. So I see this some very clear in my mind. So we just say that without believing, living is possible because I think that's what you advocate.